Otago University set themselves a challenge more than a decade ago to have the students enrolled in their professional health programs mirror the demographics of New Zealand. The university initially focused on Māori, Pacific and rural students.
The good news is that Māori participation, Pacific participation, both increased quite markedly during that period of time.
More recently, it was expanded to include refugees and people from low socio-economic backgrounds. Now, a study looking at the past 30 years of enrolments has reviewed its progress.
The proportion of students with low socio-economic backgrounds coming from poor areas and low decile schools did not change at all over that period of time. And I find that alarming.
8.5% of students are from the lowest decile schools. 1.8% are from areas with the highest deprivation levels.
Opportunities are stratified, and to some extent it's to do with where you're born, and that will determine your opportunities, at least to engage with education and tertiary education in particular, and all that brings with it.
The Dean of the University of Auckland's medical school agrees.
The biggest predictor of getting into medical school is your socioeconomic status, and that relates to your educational opportunities.
And the pandemic and digital divide of those with limited internet access is also having an effect.
We see them less well prepared for university. We see them needing more support at university to achieve, and we anticipate that this will continue to have an impact for at least a couple of years.
Professor Peter Crampton is putting out a wedo, a challenge to learning institutions.
Let's have a national conversation about this.
What we need to do, I think, across Aotearoa New Zealand is to close the gap. We need to reduce inequity so that everyone has the equal opportunities.
Auckland University has special places for students from low socio-economic backgrounds to get into medical school. Otago has made changes to turn this around in recent years, which won't be reflected in this data. It's devoted an increased amount of scholarship support to students from low socio-economic backgrounds, greater levels than ever before, and more than doubled the number of Otago 150th entrance scholarships, its main socio-economic based award since 2019, and will increase the number and value of these scholarships further in 2025. The university says a major barrier is that far fewer students from so-called low decile schools actually gain university entrance, and government funding for these students, such as the student allowance, has not risen at the same rate as inflation, which potentially deters some from going to university.